Hi everyone, my name is Dr. Harmony. I am a twin flame expert helping twin flames around the globe face fears, find freedom, and glow forward on fire. Welcome to my weekly glow show. Today's topic is dawning of the new age. What a beautiful, beautiful energy we have here coming in with this super blue blood moon here on January 31st of 2018. I'm being shown that this is the circle of life coming full circle, full fold. And it's this portal of energy that's creating a full cycle of life. And we've been I've been shown it's a completion of two cycles, one that's a 10-year cycle and one that's a 20-year cycle. So if you kind of like review your life back 10 years ago and 20 years ago, depending upon your age, there's definitely these seasons of self and the cycles of self that's been going on, and we are closing out like a chapter and beginning a new era. We came in here in 2012 with the ascension process as we're going up in the enlightenment. We've had a 5-year kind of transition between the old ways and the retemplating of the new ways. And with anything, there's the gray transition areas. It's not black and white. So we've been going through some really intense dark nights of the soul, at least over the last 5 years, and it's coming to an end. And that's what the super blue blood moon in lunar eclipse here in Leo at 11 degrees on the 11th year, which makes it also like the 1111 portal here. About shifting through this portal today is kind of what I want to explain to you, how we've done these full cycles and how you can kind of go forward with this energy. We are all at different stages of this journey. So not everyone will be in, say, the exact flip of the forward motion, but we're paving the templates for everyone to follow. So at this phase of the game, though, depending upon where you are, so if you're still fighting the process, that's only because you're choosing to surrender and let go and fighting that. The energy has flipped. The energy has changed. It's the tipping of the scale. This portal helps of today is the portal that we're going through to manifest in the new way, to implement and live out those new templates and to produce miracles. And so it's kind of like, what do you choose at this stage of the game? So I challenge you to surrender to this energy and to let go, because I'm personally seeing it to be very, very beautiful. I have saw some amazing, amazing, amazing miracles in my own life this week. Lots of magic, lots of manifesting. I'm also seeing that with clients who are manifesting this week, and a lot of like divine kind of guidance coming in. And I've always talked about shift or be shifted. If you've surrendered and let go, now it's like you're receiving double for your trouble, and the universe is just dumping out the abundance, and I'm seeing it. So I want to kind of help you go through this portal in a way that you can like surrender to the past and see the future as your brightest day, living it now. You no longer have to wait. So let me see where I kind of want to start here, because I have several different pieces to bring into the funnel of this, because of it's kind of a broad spectrum, but it's also very important that we use this energy to our advantage. That's one of the reasons why I'm bringing in this video a day early and trying to get it out to you so that you can make sure to take advantage of this energy. So now, technically, I said that this is the dawning of a new day. This is the dawning of the new age. The new age being the feminine energy, the creativity, the divine abundance, and peace, harmony, divine love. And what we're doing is we're ending the chapters of our old life and we're beginning a new one. And so in the process of this, it's like I think about the quote that I had this on a necklace at one point, and the necklace actually in one of my karmic releases, as I was shifting out of some hell at the time, this necklace with a a metal loop on it, literally the metal broke and it fell off at the exact moment that I had this breakthrough. And it said on there, it still does, I kept it. I actually meant to bring it to show you, but I forgot to bring it to the table here. But it says, life is not about finding yourself, it's about creating yourself. So we have been working to find ourselves, our new, sacred, authentic self. And doing so has been going through the ascension process, which I'm being shown the 4 phases of that, of going through the rebirthing cycle into the resurrection, into the rapture, and then the reunion of our beloveds. And so we've been working to find ourselves, but that's like the old way now. The new way is now we have a clean slate, a clean canvas, and it's time to recreate a new picture of who you are and what you want. So this energy coming in is like the deliverer of the genie of what your wishes are command. So the question becomes, what do you desire? But from the heart, not the head, like from the old ways. So it's going to be very important that you take advantage of this in a way that you can look at what your heart does desire from this new energy, and be careful what you think. Be careful what you wish for, because you will get it. And it's a matter of where you're going to put your energy, because what you focus on is going to expand for you. So we've been retemplating, which I'm being shown is called the state of the union of self. And we're harmonizing the polarities. And what I'm seeing with that from the divine feminine is coming in and becoming the goddess with the golden heart. And to do that, we're restoring and collecting our pieces from eternity, and we're taking our maiden, our mother, and our crone. So, the passion itself, the sensuality, the sexuality, coming in with that nurture of the mother, and bringing in the wisdom of the crone, and bringing this all together into oneness of ourself. And that's creating and helping us shift into the goddess energy and expand from the queen into the goddess as we unfold our wings and spread our wings and fly, and creating the Christ conscious heart of paying forward all that we've learned as we introduce our passion and put it into our purpose and template out our mission from that space. Now, from the divine masculine, they're really doing the same thing. And that's where, and I'll explain this in a minute, we're really harmonizing this energy between the divine feminine and the divine masculine at the same time. And by the divine feminine lifting and raising that light, staying in the light and holding that light and leaving that light on for themselves, and not allowing the darkness to come in and to take over, it is holding the space for the divine masculine to do the same thing. And what I'm being shown is that it's like that horse energy I've talked about. It's like having the foal, the wild Mustang, and then becoming the stallion, and bringing that collective energy together, creating the man with the golden horse. And there's a big story behind that. I will have to share it sometime. But to do this is we bring this energy together within the self. When I'm seeing this flip in this moon energy and this moon cycle with this dawning of the new day, which, by the way, twin flames are the dawning of the new age. We came here to help activate this light, turn this light on, and we are the light, and to share the light. And so what we're doing is is now that the divine feminine is holding that light and creating that beacon and staying in the truth of that light. As I mentioned, the divine masculine are starting to harmonize their own light. This is harmonizing the polarities between the divine feminine and the divine masculine. So the polarity shift here now has already taken place in setting up the reunions to come. So isn't that music to the ears? That's what everybody's been waiting for, right? So that's what this portal is flipping here for us as individuals, us as the union, and then us as the collective creating the dawn of the new age. And we are templating tomorrow. We're re-templating tomorrow together. And that is the mission of Twin Flames. And it is happening. And that in itself is a mission. And it is anchoring that light, sharing that light, pulling that light in. I'm going to share with you like kind of like those phases and what we've been going through in the timeline in a minute and how we've tipped that scale. I'm going to share with you that again. I've mentioned it before, but I'm going to share it again because it's so important to understand that. Now, and that also, I mentioned, you know, we're ending the cycle, we're creating a new cycle, and we're re-templating. And so this portal that we're going through is basically bringing into form that light, I guess is a really good way to put that. We're bringing it in from the 5D down into the 3D. And before let's see, I want to see if I want to just go. Yeah, that's what we're going to go ahead and I feel like that's coming through. We need to go ahead and elaborate on that. So what that means is we've been like, basically we were awakening the light, which is doing the downloads of the 5D energy. Then we started activating the light, which is then doing the upgrades within ourselves. And then we started to been working that light, which is testing those templates that I've talked about. And then we are to come, which is coming through this portal, is to live that light and to bring it into form and to bring that 5D energy into the 3D manifestation and live it out. And what I've been seeing with this tipping the scale is a 1-year cycle that started on with the eclipse of August 21st of 2017 that most people know. And this 1-year cycle of this kind of tipping the scale is going through August 22nd of 2018. Now, you've probably heard about the 144,000 twin flames. We are all twin souls. We are all going through ascension. We're all going up in enlightenment. But what that technically meant is it took 144,000 to activate, implement, pull this, awaken this energy to help flip the scale, okay? So basically, that means in each phase of this, it's taking enough to go through the portal at the same time to create these templates and go through these cycles of the awakening, the activation, the working, the living, and even the loving now as what's coming out of this. And we've hit that number for all of this whole cycle. And so basically, prior to the eclipse in 2017, we had been awakening all that energy. We'd been doing all these downloads. Then when we hit the eclipse, around the time the eclipses started flipping, and I was shown that we were really doing some really deep, I say it's deep, but it was really deep. We're really activating this light from September 22nd until December 22nd. And then I was shown that, again, another 144,000 have to work that light from December 22nd until February 22nd. And then from February 22nd until May 22nd is about living the light. And then between May 22nd and August 22nd is loving it. And that's where like the masses of kind of reunions are going to start to take place. It's not, and again, we're different phases of working this, so it's not that you know, it's not that everyone's at the same place in this journey, but it's all happening at the same time. Every one of those things are happening. But to keep going forward in bringing it into form and bringing it from the 5D to the 3D, it is taking enough of an activation, enough of a awakening activation, working it, loving it, and living it to really land the plane. And so this moon light here that we're experiencing on today, again, if this lunar eclipse super blue blood moon, it's our turning point that the end is here. Like we've ended the aspect of the old ways. We've ended the darkness. Your darkest night will illuminate your brightest day, should you choose so now. So I challenge you to choose that. And this is completing the full circle of life within this whole even ascension process that we're creating this. It's a revolutionary movement here. It's just beautiful and light and airy. Now, that's not to say some people aren't experiencing the darkness of this if you're still needing to release. Okay? But I want you to know there's hope on the other side. And you're still going to come through the same portal. It's just a matter of how soon you choose to start letting go. So if you still have pieces you need to release, I would really highly recommend you use this energy to do another round of release. But at the same token, if you've done a lot of release, I really highly suggest you use this for miracles and magic to manifest because it's such a great time. And get really clear on what it is you want, basically. Now, I want to mention how this links to last week. It's kind of like almost in some ways part 2, because really ultimately with this of last week, which was how do we shift from the hopelessness into hopefulness? And that is the cycle, the hopeless to the hopeful, and the full cycle of that. And I talked about the Van Gogh painting, The Starry Night, and how that had entered my life 10 years ago, and it's re-entering my life 10 years later. And I wasn't sure of the meaning of that. And I keep getting more and more awakenings. And if you didn't watch that video, I'll put the link below. Please be sure to check that video out, which, by the way, there was a glitch in the WordPress system last week. So the blog that had the reading I did last week that I said you could get is now up. It is now posted on that video. You can now go get that. It did take several days for that to correct itself, but it is up. Same with this. I have something to share with you that also put below a blog for today that I'm going to do a reading for a creed for you today as well. And so you will be able to find those on the blog links below. So anyway, though, with this Van Gogh re-entering, what I'm really seeing about the Starry Night is about exactly what I'm telling you here. The Starry Night and the darkness is over. It is the dawning of the new day. And so I have to tell you this too. So I received a message after Mariella. I mentioned in that video, her son had painted the Starry Night as this was coming through for me, and she emailed it to me, and I show it in the last video. And one of the things she said that was so brilliant is, and I didn't realize this, her son, his name is Lucas, that had done that painting that she had sent me, and Lucas stands for light. And in addition to that, she had walked in as he was painting, or after he had painted that, and said to him that, wow, that's an awful big moon, and you'll see that when you see it. And he said, that's not a moon, that's a sun. He goes, it seemed kind of like depressing being so dark. And he said, so, it's the light, it's the sun coming out. And he said, Mom, don't you know flowers can't bloom unless they have sun? And she counted the flowers on the image, and it had 8 flowers, which I didn't even know that whenever I gave 8 ways to shift your hopelessness into your hopefulness last week of 8 ways to do that. And we are like those flowers. We are purifying. We are growing. And in this Leo energy, it's teaching us to create. Leos are very creative, to have courage and confidence. And that's what this portal is also helping us to go forward with, to bring and retemplate this energy to manifest our heart's desires. And so one other thing I do want to mention about this apex of the energy that I've talked about is we were, and this was around the December time frame, we were at the apex. So I've been talking about energies going in one direction. It's reversing as it returns to innocence in another direction. And in the apex of that energy, we were being hit from all sides, all angles, in order to really like retest everything that we had been taught and to learn at that time frame. And so that was the apex of this energy, and it's kind of like the archway, kind of like is what I'm seeing it is in like an arch. And ultimately, what it will say in that arch of the apex of this energy for all year long, the apex of that energy, when I say all year long, August 21st and to 2017 to August 22nd of 2018, there was an apex that's been going on from really this darkness to the light that was between August 21st and January 28th, or right here at this moon. And if you look at 821 and then 128, it's exactly what I'm saying in the mirror image and the reflection of both. And it's kind of interesting because I had everything that has been happened with Champ came through during around that 821 time frame, and then his birthday was in 128, and like these are some patterns I was being shown back then of this reversal energy through some things that were happening I was going through. And I just personally just wanted to say, you know, I find it really cool and very interesting. At the time in August, it was a Leo sun sign, and we were having a Leo eclipse. At the time I had that happen with Champ. And now we have an Aquarius sun sign with another Leo eclipse, and Champ is an Aquarius and I'm a Leo. And so it's very kind of neat how personally like these cycles of shifting this energy between what he's teaching me and like he manifesting into form exactly what I'm saying about living that through that timeline of this energy bringing into 3D, because March is whenever our court date is, and that will be that timeline of bringing that energy back around from when it started in August with him. So just a neat little side tip as far as what I've been seeing personally. The other thing I want to say in this reversal energy, like if you think about our beloveds and, you know, the idea, it is to be. And now what have been being shown is the flip and reverse and mirror image of that is be2. So to be, be2. I don't know if that makes sense to you, but to be, like we think of our beloved as to be, but now we were flipping the energy and it is be2, meaning it is reunite. It is together. The to be is to come, potentially to come. B2 is being in alignment, being together. And I'm being shown that right now things have flipped to B2. And another sign that I've been shown from the energy of union of the reunion of twins. So, okay, I wanted to, as I was researching a few things, a couple really cool things came in. One is I ran across the Circle of Light Lion King song, and I want to read it to you because it's so beautiful. And I'm going to put a link to that song below here because it's just that beautiful. The lyrics of the song, but it's actually the song. I would recommend you listen to it. It's just beautiful. So, the circle of life. So from the day we arrive on the planet and blinking step into the sun, there's more to be seen than ever be seen. I'm sorry, there's more to be seen than can ever be seen. more to do than can ever be done. Some say eat or be eaten. Some say live or let live. But all are agreed as they join in the stampede. You should never take more than you give. In the circle of life, in the wheel of fortune, in the leap of faith, it's the hand of hope till we find our place. On the path unwinding, in the circle of life, some of us fall by the wayside, and some of us soar to the stars, and some of us sail through our troubles. Some of us live with scars. There's far too much to take in here, more to find than ever can be found. But the sun, rolling high through the sapphire sky, keeps great and small on the endless round. In the circle of life, in the wheel of fortune, it's a leap of faith. It's a hand of hope till we find our place on the path unwinding in the circle of life. It is the wheel of fortune. It's the leap of faith. It's the hand of hope till we find our place on the path unwinding in the circle of life. On the path unwinding in the circle of life. Wow. I mean, that's exactly what it takes. We have to trust in this process. We have to believe in ourselves. We have to let go. We have to, the wheel of fortune here is the magic and the full circle in this process of how we find ourselves, but really create ourselves in that process, because really finding ourselves is creating ourselves and who we are, and letting that out, letting that shine, letting that come forth, so that we don't box in our soul and try to keep it in the dark. You know, we put ourselves in the dark and we try to stay there in fear of expression, in fear of letting ourselves out, in fear of shining, in fear of being the best that we could be. And we are here to be leaders of the light, to be legacy of love, to share our shine, to glow forward on fire. So I challenge you today to make a commitment to the circle of life and to find yourself by creating yourself, and allow yourself to unwind and free flow with this energy as we harmonize the polarities, creating courage and confidence, and bringing into form that which our heart desires on all levels, creating divine miracles and magic, manifesting to our greatest potential. So I want to leave you with a creed for you to say during this cycle in order to manifest your heart's desires. So this is the end of one chapter precedes the beginning of another. Excuse me. Today, I choose to release all limiting doubts and let go of worrying about how my life will unfold. Even in the challenging situations, in the dark, in the pit of hell, I know that the cycle will eventually come to an end. And the end of one chapter is this chance to start a new and more rewarding one. Deciding to move forward may mean I have to face my fears, but I vow to be true to myself. I am open, I am willing, and I am ready to step into my destiny, creating courage, confidence with compassion for myself and others. I welcome welcome the new with open arms. I put yesterday's story behind me. I'm excited to share this experience and the new me with others. In the process, my teachers will come and go, and I say yes to this journey. I believe that the person and the situation I encounter enters my life for a specific purpose. I accept the lessons, and I realize that the ending of that chapter invites a new beginning, and that teaches me to recreate myself in a more positive way. I am excited to end this cycle so I can create the expansion and find the beauty in the new beginning. The dawning of a new day is an opportunity to shine in a new way. I vow to do my best to go with the flow and enjoy the journey. Today, my life is filled with new opportunities. I love the unexpected, for it offers exciting experiences, which allows me to test my new templates. I embrace my own authentic self and choose to live each day expressing my own uniqueness. Namaste. And so it is. So I have 3 reflecting questions for you. You will also find this reading and these self-reflection questions on the blog link below. Provided it's working today, and I'm going to be very positive it is. So the first reflection for you, list 11 ways that you can prepare yourself for changes in life. Number 2, what is one situation where the end of something opened the door to something better? And number 3, how can I let go of something today that doesn't serve me well and plan a new chapter in my life? So, beautiful, beautiful harmonizing energy. Open up, expand. Allow this energy to come through you and take it out and let your light shine as you experience and reap your rewards, moving into the rapture of the milk and honey of the new earth and living the new earth heart language that we came here to share together with our beloveds and creating the full mastery, personal mastery through this ascension and resurrection of ourselves. You know, this full circle of life, this ending of the cycle of the old to the new, is literally going from our rebirth to our resurrection to the lower self to the higher self, and letting our light shine. So, with that being said, please comment, like, share the shine, and may you always face your fears, find freedom, and glow forward on fire. Namaste.